Alright, legends, welcome back to another AFL26 video. Today is a bit of a different one. We're doing a bit of a read-through of the interview that Ross Symons did about AFL26. So on X or Twitter, Big Ant posted that the boss has done an interview with Stack, and yes, they have. So this is the article here. So we're gonna zoom in on it and have a bit of a read. So it's reads something like this. Did you know the first AFL video game, Aussie Rules Footy, was released back on the Nintendo NES back in 1992. Anyway, don't argue, footy's back. The 2025 AFL season is in full swing, so it's a perfect time for AFL26 to release, bringing all the action home for us to interact with. We've had a chat with developer Big Ant head honcho Ross Symons to get the inside word on what's new. So let's see what he has to say about the game coming out in less than a week now. He had good solid framework to build upon with AFL23. I suppose. With the big work out of the way, what opportunities have you taken to polish the game for AFL26? Ross's response is, I can't really zoom in much further for you guys, but I'm reading this section here. It says, all through the development of AFL26, we placed a strong focus on enhancing gameplay, refining the bump system. There wasn't even really a bump system at all. Improving marking, reworking, jostling. That's, yes, good, because that needed to be. And revisiting speckies to make them much more rewarding and satisfying, which is good to hear because the speckies were so meaningless and glitchy almost. We'll read this part now, which says, AFL is a complicated sport, meaning challenges when making it into a playable video game. What would you say has been the biggest hurdle to overcome to keep balance of faithfulness and playability? We face the same challenges AFL broadcasters do. Camera systems are one of the biggest hurdles. With the game's fast movement and constant potential for turnovers, it's tough to keep everything in frame, especially without an offside rule to compress the action. The team spent a lot of time ensuring as many camera options are available. Really? That's the biggest hurdle, is the camera angles. I find that hard to believe. I don't know. Maybe it is. Who knows? Next one says, how do you keep track of the myriad rule changes and umpiring interpretations, which can vary week for week? Which is a good question. Our data team watches every single game just to make sure we're right on top of every bad call, no matter how controversial. And don't worry, we're pretty sure the umpires hate all teams equally. They go on to say, to what extent is there an ability to pick up and play for those who may be into the AFL but not video games? And he says, AFL26 has an interactive tutorial system that walks you through all the key parts of the game. Interesting, because we never had that in AFL23, so that's good to hear. It's a great way to learn the ropes or sharpen your skills before hitting the field, because a lot of people would comment on some of my videos saying, I don't know what I'm doing, I can't mark, I suck, what do I do? So that's good to hear. With every AFL and AFLW player included in the game, what sort of work goes into organising their scans? Do you scan every player? Have ones who were scanned for AFL23 all been done afresh for AFL26? Does it go beyond looks to individual celebrations and such? This will be a very interesting answer, because that's a very good question. We've been to every ground with 3D scanners and drones. That's not what they asked. They asked about fucking players. But anyway, visited every club for photos and scanned every player, both across AFL and AFLW. It's been a massive months-long effort, often requiring return trips to catch players coming back from rehab and training interruptions. Many players have been rescanned and refreshed, with the signature moves added and magic moments recreated. Interesting. So I wonder if that's how some of these plays were implemented in the trailer. I'm not sure, but from what we saw, Bontempelli is the big standout of looking the same. A lot of players had the same look. So maybe that trailer was made, I don't know, maybe a couple of months ago, and it's been since updated the game. Who knows? Let's go on to the next question. Have you changed up either the player or the coach career modes? If so, how? We've added a brand new single-player career mode in AFL26, letting you live out the journey from draft day to footy stardom. On top of that, we've expanded the management career mode to give you more way of controlling over the ins and outs of running a club. Okay, that sounds vague but good. Sounds good about the AFL career mode, which is nice. Where's the pro team mode at in AFL26? Is there anything cool and new to report? AFL26 pro team hits the ground running day 1. There you go. He has said it. It'll be there. And we'll be expanding it all season long, adding fresh features, building on what worked last time, and loading it up with heaps of legendary players. Okay. If that is true, number one, that's what AFL23 should have been, but that's a good sign already. Who have you brought in as commentators for this year? Are there any new presentation upgrades? We're really happy with what the commentary team brought to AFL23. Really? Because there were so many lines that would repeat in one game. The Rock of Gibraltar. If I have to hear that in AFL26, I'm not going to be happy. So we've invited them all. Anthony Hudson, Jason Bennett, Kelly Underwood, Gary Lyon, and Daniel Harford back for AFL26. Oh, man. They've spent plenty of time in the studio again, adding even more to an already solid foundation. So, sounds like we will be hearing Rock of Gibraltar another 150,000 times. But if there's at least another 85 more lines, then we might, hear it a lot less. Who knows? Ultimately, which new feature or features in AFL26 are you most pumped about getting fans into? Out of everything, the previously mentioned single-player career mode is the one feature I cannot wait for people to dive into. I reckon it's going to be a fan favourite, something you can lose yourself in for hundreds or maybe even thousands of hours. Well, that is probably going to be me, guys. I'm probably going to be losing myself in that extremely deeply and smashing it out. So make sure you guys do hit that sub button. One last question. K-Mac Attack. At Stack, we asked the big questions. And with many Richmond Tigers fans among us, we had to ask Ross whether Camden McIntosh's new signature home and away headbands would feature in AFL26. Yes, just for Stack and, of course, the army of Tiger fans out there. Camden McIntosh's iconic headband is making its way into the game. But he didn't answer the question because they asked home and away headbands. Maybe he just has one. But a few things there that I'm happy with. And then it's obviously just got the thing there. So download page. Alright, well, let me know what you guys think of all that. A few promising things. Whoop. You're not meant to be saying that. A few promising things. And a few things that a little bit concerning, but nothing too major. I'm pretty happy with that. Some stuff that I think will be an improvement. I think the career mode is going to be a banger. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of that little article. I thought it would be worth showing you guys. Yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next AFL26 video. Bye for now. Peace!